I've been struck by the fact that you are the youngest person to be on in conversation with Trevor. I have been struck by the fact that you are drawn to philanthropy. You're doing a lot of philanthropic projects. What inspires your involvement with philanthropy, and which projects are involved in?
Okay. Philanthropy comes in stages for me, different stages of my life with different stories. So when I was younger, because I'm a firstborn in my family, I remember I started my period. That was the first thing. I started my period and I hadn't had any conversations about it with my mother. So my period started, I think I was about 10 years old, and I was bleeding, and then I took my panty off and I was running around the house, and I was like to my house helper at the time, "Dataka period." You know, it was like a really big thing for me at the time. But she then pulled me aside, because obviously I had brothers. Then she's like, "You don't do that. You can't do that." But then later on in life, I started to think to myself, if I had had someone to talk me through that process prior to it happening, maybe I could have handled it differently. So then came an organization called Girls Are Us. So they do quite a lot of work in rural Zimbabwe, where they are mobilizing sanitary wear for girls, but also they do sexual reproductive health education. So I fell in love with what they were doing. I wanted to do something more, not only because there was a gap that needed to be helped in the country, but because of my own story of not knowing how to deal with my body. So it became a conversation that I wanted to have with other little girls who may not have a big sister or an aunt or someone who can talk to them about the processes that happen with our bodies as women. So that's where my first philanthropic endeavor actually started. And, you know, the conversation carried on to young people needing to figure out how I can impact young people in different ways. And then it got to Red Market Sunday, which I kind of call it a philanthropic thing, because it's dealing with SMEs and young people specific. So all of these things were necessitated by stories within my life. And I thought, what if someone just gave me a chance, you know? Yeah.
How is the Red Sunday market going? I see there's quite a lot of vibe on Sundays. Are you opening doors, opportunities for people? Do you mind to share that experience with us?
So Red Market Sunday is an initiative which we started because myself and my team, we were thinking around how we can help young people and young businesses without breaking the bank for them. Because obviously, when we're starting out, sometimes you don't have money for marketing. And here I was, and I was having conversations with myself, and I said, how can we elevate the conversation online from the toxicity and find a way to get synergies amongst businesses, amongst clients, amongst, you know, products and services, amongst buyers and sellers. So then we thought of Red Market Sunday. So I'm just going to explain a little bit what it actually is.
Sure.
So Red Market Sunday is an online marketing tool whereby you literally just post on your Twitter handle as a business, as a business person who may have a service or a product that you have, and I basically retweet to my platform. As you know, I think I've got plus 122,000 on my Twitter.
That's huge.
I try. Not like you, but so I decided to use that same platform to get eyeballs onto people's products. So I think in terms of the impressions, I have over 1 million impressions on those things, because it's not just about my platform, but the minute I retweet, they retweet. It's more eyes seeing that, and hopefully they get business from it.
This is you extending yourself
Yes.
for the benefit of others.
Yeah, because it's great and fine to have beautiful pictures and, you know, show nice clothes, but what more can we do for each other?